Art as a weapon, to me, means that everything that's going on in the world has an agenda. And some people use the weapons of oppression and censorship and control to, to achieve what they want to achieve. But art as a weapon, in that, this battle for good to prevail or bad to prevail, I think is a tool. I see art as a weapon as really saying art is a tool. It's a tool to promote good, and the more of that that's out there, the more of a weapon for good it is.
Renamed Myanmar by its military rulers, Burma has been turned into one of the world's poorest countries.
For decades, Americans have been deeply concerned about the denial of basic human rights for the Burmese people. The persecution of democratic reformers, the brutality shown towards ethnic minorities, and the concentration of power in the hands of a few military leaders has challenged our conscience and isolated Burma from the United States and much of the world.
Suu Kyi has become the symbol of resistance to a military dictatorship that has ruled for over half a century.
We in Burma are now at a point when we think we may be able to shape our own destiny.
After years of darkness, we've seen flickers of progress in these last several weeks.
When we achieved independence in 1948, we thought we had got to that point. But over the intervening years, we have learned that independence from a foreign power is not enough. We need to be independent from our own weaknesses.
If Burma fails to move down the path of reform, it will continue to face sanctions and isolation. But if it seizes this moment, then reconciliation can prevail, and millions of people may get the chance to live with a greater measure of freedom, prosperity, and dignity.
We need to acquire many more qualities to enable us to build a strong and peaceful society. Many of our people have acquired new skills and new understandings, which we hope will be of great benefit to our country now in the present, not just in the future. Because the most important time is the present.
Mae Sot is located on the Thai-Burma border, and it would be the de facto capital for the opposition, the center point of Burmese who fled for political reasons, to escape the fighting. This is the heart of the Burmese struggle. Burma is a highly controlled country, really one of the worst in the world. Speech, press, all of those are curtailed. Artists certainly, can't be expressive. They can only be mouthpieces for a government in these circumstances. I see the changes. What I do know is that I believe these changes are irreversible. And so I see what is happening as a positive step forward. But what I also remind my students is that they're not going to just give you the freedom, and they have plans of their own of how to manipulate the situation and how to control it. And so this is the time when they have the beginning of freedom.
This school elected to embrace art as a method of teaching creativity and expression and critical thought.
Street art was the place to start. It's an accessible medium. The materials are relatively inexpensive. It fills the vacuum, the lack of public voice. Every surface becomes a canvas. Art can be many things. It can be meditative, it can be expressive, it can do feeling, it can do an idea, but it can be an agent of social change. And the students I'm training, the students that I'm teaching them to be the future leaders of Burma. They're the new generation.
It was a great opportunity to do street art because it's so appropriate for my students and their challenge, and it empowers them in a way that fine painting simply wouldn't, or even sculpture. It's not really as appropriate.
Art is a really flexible thing, especially for the youth like me. Art can bring a big change in Burma. It's a very easy way to express a feeling. It's also a freedom for people to make their life happy.
Most Burmese people are, they were controlled by older people like their mothers and teachers, and they can't show their ideas and they can't express what they want to do and what they want to say. They can make by picture.
Well, I realized when I started to teach them that there was so much inherent creativity. They're almost uninhibited, but they had no experience, and they were sometimes fearful. We gave them cameras one day, and I was just wowed. I was wowed, not only with what they were bringing back to me, but in observing the process and seeing this just like flowers just exploding. And so I said, well, we need to take this further.